Hey lovely people, welcome back once again to another exciting episode of Stitches Biz Collection. I'm Miss Stitches. Today in this video, let me share with you how to make this unique handmade beaded bag. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Let's get started. Materials needed. So you cut your fish line. You make sure it's long enough. You cut it off. We are using 0.70 mm. You make sure you have the ends of the fish line. You pick 4 beads, fix on any side of the fish line, being it the right side or the left side. Fix all 4 beads. And then you cross with the 4th bead using the other side of the fish line. You make sure you have the ends, so one side will be longer than the other. You pull it out. And then you have your first ring of 4. Going on, you pick 3 beads, fix one on the left fish line, fix one on the right fish line. And then you cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You still make sure you have the ends, you pull it out. And then you have your second ring of 4. Going on, you pick 3 beads again, fix one on each fish line. Cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You make sure you have the ends, you pull it out, and then you have your 3rd ring done. So we are going to move on with the same method until we have 19 of this, and I'm going to do that off camera. So we have 18 now, and then with the 19th part on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You pull it out, so you have the fish line turned like this. Then we have 19. Then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads again, cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You pull it out, so you have it turned completely like this. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next 1 bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, and then with the right fish line you go through the next 1 bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, and then you weave on with the same method till you get to the last end. So when you get to the last end with the right fish line, you go through this bead here. Then on this fish line, you fix 2 beads, cross to the 2nd bead using the other side of the fish line, so you have it turned like this. Then on this fish line again, you fix 3 beads, cross with the 3rd bead, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next 1 bead. Fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross the 2nd bead, you pull it out, then you go through the next bead. Fix 2 beads again, cross the 2nd bead, you pull it out, then you go through the next bead. So with this, I'm going to weave on from here to this end using the same method, and then you continue weaving 5 times. So you will need 5 steps of this. So after you get to the end, you weave 5 more. So we have 3, you add 2 to it, making 5, and I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what you should get after you are done. And now we are going to weave from the 3rd bead here. So you leave these 2 beads at the end, then you start weaving from this 3rd bead here. So with a new fish line, you go through the 3rd bead. You pull it out, so you have it like this. Then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, cross to the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next 1 bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross to the 2nd bead using the right fish line. you pull it out, then you go through the next one bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cause the second bead, you pull it out, then you weave until you get 15. So with the 15th part, with the right fish line, you go through this last bar 3 bead here. Then on this fish line here, we have to turn. So on this fish line, you fix 2 beads, cause the second bead, you pull it out, so you have it turned like this. And now we are going to continue weaving on with the same method. We are not decreasing again, we are weaving on the same line. So I'm going to do that 5 times. You do that 5 times, you have 1, so you add 4 to it, making 5. And then after you weave the 19, this one, you weave this again. Okay, so after the middle one, you weave 5 times, then you weave 19 3 times. Please listen carefully so you won't be confused. So you weave the 19 3 times, so you get something like letter I, and this is what I'm talking of. So from the middle part, we have 1 2 3 4 5. We have 5 here, and then from this side we have 1 2 3. That is what I was talking of. So you have 5 in the middle, then you have the 3 of 19 here like this, then the top is 5. So this is what you should get. And now I'm going to close up this end. So with the new fish line, you're not too long, you go through this bead. You can go through from the top or the down side, but I'm using the down part here. So you go through this first bead, then you have it like this. So you pick 3 beads, fix 1 on the left fish line, fix 1 on the right fish line, and then you cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines, the same method we started with. You cross, you make sure you have the ends of the fish line, you pull it out like this. So you have the first ring like this, then you pick 1 bead, fix on each side of the fish line, cross with the 3rd bead, you pull it out. So you have it like this. So you do that 4 times. So we have 4. Then with the 5th one, you fix 1 bead on each fish line, but this time I'm not crossing with any other bead, but rather you cross with this bead here. The right fish line will come out from the left side, and the left fish line will come out from the right side like this. You pull it out. So this is what we have. So when you count, we have 1 2 3 4 5 here. Then you pass the excess fish line through to secure this part of the work. Then you repeat the same thing for this side. You need to get 5 on that side also, and I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what you should get after you're done with this part, and then you leave the middle part like this for both sides. So we are going to attach another side to it, and it's the same method I used for this one. And with this side we have 13 on this side, just the same length as this one, but the down part is 4. So we have 1 2 3 4, and then I covered this part, and then I left the middle part just as the other one is. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, the same thing applies to this part, and then the side we left to is also 5 as the same path like this. You can count it, and then the top side is also 3, just like the one lying down. Okay, so you just leave one side, and I'm going to join it this way or to this side. So with the new fish line, you go through this first bead here, you pull it out, then on the outer fish line here you fix 1 bead. Then with that same fish line where you fix the bead, you go through the first bead on the other side like this. Then you pick 1 bead and cross with both sides of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next one bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next one bead. Then you pick one bead again, cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out. Then you go through the next bead on each side of the fish line. Then you pick one bead again, cross it both sides, then you go through the next bead on each side, then you weave on till you get to the last end. So this is what you should get. And then you pass your excess fish line through to secure this part of the work. Then you repeat the same thing on this side. So I made this also off camera, and I'm going to attach this on this second part. I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what you should get after you are done attaching the sides to it. You should have 2 holes left here, and then we have 29 in all. When you count from this side to this end, we have 29, and this side is still 13 here. So this is how it looks in full. This is how it looks. So we are going to do the base or weave the base of the bag. So with this side, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you fold from that side. So the 5th side, you fold it up like this, and this is what you should get. Then from that side, this one, we have 5 here, so you leave this one and fold from the 4th one. So this is what you should get. And then this side should lie straight to each other, so you should be able to pass your hands through. So we have 4 on this side, then we are going to cover this side of the base. And before we do that, please note that from this side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the base. That's what we are going to use for the base. So with the new fish line, you go through this 3 beads here, 1, 2, 3. Go through this 3 beads like this. Then you pick one bead and cross it both sides of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line. You pull it out like this. Then with this fish line, you go through this bead. You go through this bead. So you have it like this. Then on this side, you fold it like this. You fold one side, so it turns like this. So this is what you should get. This is how it should be. Then on this fish line here, on my left fish line, you fix 2 beads. I'm using black beads, but you can use the same bead if you want. Then you cross with the second bead, you pull it out, so you have it like this. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next one bead here. You go through this one bead here. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross to the second bead using the right fish line, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next one bead here. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross to the second bead using the right fish line, you pull it out. Then you go through the next one bead here. Then this time on the outer fish line here, you fix 2 beads, cross to the second bead, you pull it out. So you have it turned like this. Then still on the outer fish line, here, you fix 3 beads, cross to the 3rd bead, you pull it out. So you have it turned completely like this. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next one bead. Then you fix 2 beads again, cross to the second bead, you pull it out. Then you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads again, cross to the second bead. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next 2 beads. You go through 1, 2, these 2 beads here. Then you pick one bead and cross with both sides of the fish line. Then you go through the next bead and then you weave on with the same method. So this is how you should get the side, and then you repeat the same thing for this side. So you fold that side as we did for this other side here. So you count 5, fold it up, and then you count the 4th one, then you fold that side too. As you can see, I'm going faster because the first one I was very slow with that side. So this is how it is, and then you repeat the same thing for this side. You can start from this end and then you join it, and I'm going to do the rest off camera using the same method. So this is what you should get for the base after you're done with the base of the bag, and this is how it's looking. So this is one side of the bag, and I made the same thing off camera, the same size, the same shape, and we are going to join it together to form the body of the bag. So with a new fish line, you go through this first bead here, you pull it out, then on the outer fish line here you fix one bead. Then with that same fish line where you fix the bead, you go through the first bead on the other side of the bag, you pull it out, you have the bead in the middle of both sides like this. Then you pick one bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line. Make sure you have the end, so one side will be longer than the other. Then with the right fish line you go through the next one bead, with the left fish line you go through the next one bead. Then you pick one bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line. You still make sure you have the ends, you pull it out. Then with the right fish line you go through the next one bead, with the left fish line you go through the next one bead. Then you pick one bead again, cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out, and then you weave on with the same method. As you can see, we have the base nicely joining up, so this is what you should have. And we are going to continue from this side to the end here using the same method. I'm going to do that off camera. So this is what you should get after you are done. As you can see, we have the side nicely joined up, and this is the body of the bag. So we are going to fix a handle to the bag. So I made this handle off camera, and in all I have 20 in all, using the same marking method. Please note that on the last ends I left 3 without closing that side up, so I left it on each side, and that is where I'm going to attach it to the bag like this. So I'm using the same fish line to do that. So on this side you trace from the base upwards, then you count 1 2 3 4. So on the 4th bead, that's where I'm going to start weaving. So on this side of the fish line you fix one bead, then with that same fish line where you fix the bead, you go through the 4th bead on this side like this, then you pull it out. So you have the fish line like this, then you pick one bead and cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out. So with the right fish line you go through the next one bead here, with the left fish line you go through the next one bead on the handle side. Then you pick one bead and cross it both sides of the fish line. Then with the right fish line you go through the next one bead, with the left fish line you go through the next one bead. Then you pick one bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line, you pull it out. Then you pass your excess fish lines to secure this part of the work. Then you repeat the same thing for this other side of the handle, and I'm going to do that off camera using the same method. So this is what you should get after you are done. You have one side attached, and then I'm going to do the same thing for this other side with the second handle. And this is what you should get after you are done attaching both sides of the handle to the bag. and we are up to why we created this hole on the sides of the bag. So I made this off camera, and this is 51:4. So we have 51 in all. On the straight side is 51, and then the ends is 4. Please note that. And I made this also off camera, so the round shape in all is 22, and then the middle part is 6. So you fix the mat inside like this, then it comes out from the other end, just like how we fix our belt. So you have it like this. Make sure you pull enough for each side. So this is how you should get it, or this is how it should be. Then you pick the end, and then you go through the hole we made on the bags, as you can see I'm doing. So you pass it through enough, or how you want it to be. You pass it through like that. Then you do same for this other side like this. Then you do it for the remaining parts here, and I'm going to do them off camera. So this is how it should look, or this is what you should get after you're done. I'm going to join the side. So on this outer fish line here, you fix one bead, then you go through the first bead on the other side, you pull it out like this, then you pick one bead again, cross with both sides of the fish line, you go through the next bead using both fish lines, then you pick one bead, cross it out, then you do that till you get to the last end. Then you pass your excess fish line through to secure this part of the work, and that is going to add up to make it 52. So this is what you should get after you are done. This is how it's looking like. This is our bag. This is looking so nice. Like, this is a full package or full gift for someone. This is looking so beautiful, and it's spacious. Like, it's going to contain a lot of items, and we have a designed handmade beaded bag. Feel free to increase the size of the bag if you want it big. You can make this in any color of your choice. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more and more of my tutorials, make sure to comment and share as well. Stay safe. See you in my next video. Have a nice day, and bye.